All right. Iowa was crazy. Um, 9 o'clock. Started watching the coverage. Started waiting for the polls to come in, and as you know, there was nothing. Literally nothing. Mass confusion. Everyone, mass information. No one knows what's going on. It's a complete mess. Um, Twitter has been going crazy. The internet has been exploding. What's happening? Is the DNC rigging? Is blah, 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 blah. What is going on? Why don't we have the results when we need the results? All right, this is what happened. The night Iowa started going, everything was perfectly fine. This is where everything went wrong. The IDC, okay, the Democratic Convention, the Committee for Iowa, they thought it was a great idea to make a confusing system more confusing by using this new app. All right. I'm going to forget that this app has been funded by multiple campaigns, meaning that this app had financial influence by other campaigns. Forget that. I think it's whatever. Whatever. Okay. Forget that. That's not the point. The point is, they said, to live track and better track the votes coming in, let all of the precincts, the 1,700 precincts, have every captain or leader at the precincts use this app on your phone so then we can calculate and get better results, better information for the people voting, for the people, canvassing. Great in caucusing and great, in theory, that sounds great. What happened was this app was busted. Busted. Connection problems, human error. The majority of the people who were precinct, they were showing they were all old and they didn't know how to use technology, so they would put in stuff wrong. So then what happened is, here we go, hours go by, 2 hours go by, and then what do you know? 2% of the polls come in and they just halt. Everything stops. No more results, no more polling, no more nothing because of inconsistencies in the data. What did that mean? We didn't explain anything. They said nothing. They just stopped all the polling data. Nothing. Whole night we're waiting. What's happening? Some of the Sanders supporters were definitely like, it's being rigged. It's being rigged right now. And we kind of went crazy. I can't say for all of us, but some of us went crazy because we're like, here we go. You thought the messery was gonna happen in the convention? No, it's happening right now. Personally, I don't think that they were trying to rig because the Democrats aren't intelligent, but it could have been a fluke, totally. Do I think they were trying to no, but I mean, misinformation and stuff messing up doesn't help Sanders and also doesn't help anybody. But I know it wasn't rigged because if they wanted to rig it, they would have done it right. And they would have had whoever they wanted to win it outright without there being a question. And there is a question. So, if they wanted Pete or Biden or Warren to win, if they rigged it, they would have done it. But they didn't. So, no, it's not rigged. Is it inconvenient? Yes. Yes, it is. Because now, the whole reason why we want Iowa, sadly, and it shouldn't be like this, the only reason why we like Iowa is because Iowa is that media booster for the person who wins the caucus, right? 7 out of the 9 previous Democratic candidates who have won Iowa have went on to be the nominee. 7 out of the 9 previous Democratic people have won Iowa and then became the nominee. For example, Hillary won Iowa by 0.3%, and she lost the total vote, but she still went on to be the nominee. Because, adding to that, the momentum you get for being able to say, I won the first state, is insane. It's great. So that's why everyone pounds this one state, rinky-dink state in the middle of nowhere that doesn't represent the country as a whole, because of that push in the beginning. It's very important to get that. And if you lose that, you wasted time. But it shouldn't be like that because caucuses suck. How about it should be one person, one vote? Okay? Why do we have closed primaries, semi-closed primaries? Why can't it just be one person, one vote? Whoever gets the most votes wins. The end. Why do I have to be broken up in the delegates? And delegates broken up in the super delegates. The super delegates who are back with it. Why? whoever gets the more votes should win in what we call a democracy. Very simple. But in Iowa, it's not like that. You go into a room, you have a bunch of people, right? There's a guy. I have been, okay, side note. I have been telling everyone about the Iowa Caucus, and everyone goes, "What's a caucus? What's a caucus?" Okay. It amazes me that it is true that people aren't politically knowledgeable. I'm not saying they're dumb. They just don't know anything about politics. They just know that, I'm not a Republican or Democrat. That's all they know. They know nothing about the process, nothing about the inner workings, nothing about policies, nothing. They just know D or R. That's it. What's on my helmet? Is it a D or is it a R? That's it. So it really you kind of cringe. You're like, when someone goes, "What's a caucus?" What is a caucus? A caucus is when a bunch of people go into a room and they debate. After debating, they have their first round. In the first round, there is a head count of whoever supports each candidate. So X amount of people support Sanders, Warren, Buttigieg, Biden, okay? And all the other candidates. They make a head count. Out of the total people in that room, if one candidate's supporters does not reach 15%, they must either go home or realign with somebody else. So then the second time that they move, those votes are counted, right? So, is it possible to have more Bernie supporters or Warren or Buttigieg or Biden supporters in the first round? Yes. But can they not get as many delegates because people from another campaign and go and join the other? Yes. So, also, it's fairly weird. I don't like it at all because there's only 41 delegates for Iowa. But the math and how that's divvied up is so dumb. And let's go over and show you why that is dumb. All right. So what they did, which also now brings us back to our first point, the messery. Why everything is going crazy. They delayed the results because of whatever they did. Whatever the mess up was, they delayed it. They said, it's not right. We're going to delay it. Okay. Instead of, we already waited 15 plus hours for these results. They said, we will release 62% of what we got. Why would you release 60? Just wait and give out 100%. Why do we have to wait? Why would you give out partial results? That's like being like, "Hey teacher, I did half of the test. I'll come back tomorrow and do the rest." No, you do the whole test in one go. You're not supposed to do partial. What do you mean partial results? That only begs and asks candidate to be like, "Hey, I'm partially winning," so the whole media could be like, "Oh my God, they're winning. No, they're not winning. It's not even over. It's 62%. 62% isn't 100%. So you can't go around and be like, "Oh, I won." So out of Iowa, at 0%, Pete Buttigieg claimed victory. And he said, "We are moving to New Hampshire victorious." You claimed victory at 0% reporting. There hasn't been a single vote casted yet. There hasn't been a single vote counted. You're claiming victory at 0%. And at 62%, now he gets to go and say, "I'm winning." But let me show you why the whole caucus aspect is garbage. This is why it's not a democracy. This is not democracy. Let's go over the results. What did they release partially? Let's see. Iowa Caucus results 2020. The Iowa Democratic Party released its first set of results, which sound insane. They should just release all of it. Next update in 4 seconds. There's an update? Hello? Did they actually give me something? Did it update? Hold up. Okay, yeah, do that. Okay, now they change. Look at this. Buttigieg leads Sanders by 1.8 percentage points with 62% of the precincts reporting. So not all of them have been reporting. So let's see. So this is the total delegates, all right? Right now, with not all the results in, the race is technically still going. We have Buttigieg with 26.9% of the votes, delegates. Bernie with 25.1, Elizabeth 18.5, Joe Biden all the way down there at 15.6, and Amy at 12. Everyone else I don't want to say is irrelevant, but slightly. Yang Gang didn't come through. Tom Steyer, everyone else is irrelevant. Buttigieg right now in the lead with delegates. Okay, so that must beg the differ that Buttigieg has more delegates, thus he must have more votes. Nope. Let's see the total votes, shall we? All that. Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. I totally missed it. Here we go. This is, again, with only 62%, so this is bound to change. Everything I'm showing you is bound to change. Here's Democratic voting in the first and final rounds. So the first round, let's see, Bernie won the first round. That means everyone going in and saying who is for who the first time. Bernie Sanders leads by 24.4%, Buttigieg with 21.4%, Warren 18.9%, and Biden 14.6%, which is so sad. Biden, okay, I'll go after that later. The final vote, after the realignment happens, okay? Bernie goes up to 26.2%, Buttigieg behind him at 25.1%, Warren 20.7%, and Biden dropping to 13.2%. So, look at this with me. The final vote, Bernie has more votes, but Pete Buttigieg has more delegates. The amount of delegates you get, whoever reaches, I don't know, like 1,800 delegates? I don't know. I seriously don't know how many. I totally forgot. I'm blanking. But whoever has the most delegates at the end of this whole primary season becomes the nominee. So you should think, hey, whoever has more votes gets more delegates. What I'm showing you right now, Bernie has more votes, but has less delegates. Buttigieg has less votes, less people voted for him, but he has the majority of the delegates. That is not a democracy. That's not how it should work. So right now, Bernie, more people voted for Bernie. That should be a victory. More people said, I am with Sanders. That is a victory. But because our system isn't democratic, they said, our math calculations say that it's Pete. Pete doesn't have the votes. Pete doesn't have as many votes as Bernie. At all. So right now at this point, with 62% reporting, Sanders is leading the popular vote, but is losing the delegates. Not because they are not directly proportional, and they should be, but they're not because our system isn't democratic. For example, last time, Hillary won the delegates by one delegate. She won by 0.3%. But Bernie had 30,000 plus more people voting for him than Hillary in 2016. He had more supporters than her, yet she won Iowa. You see how that doesn't make sense? You see how it's not a good system? It should be one person, one vote. And forget the delegates. Just one person, one vote. Whoever gets the most votes wins. But it's not like that because our system is rigged and our system, I don't know why. Why do you have to do this? It should be, if we're actually in a democratic republic, it should be one person, one vote. Forget that. The reason why we do Iowa is so people get the boost. That is not going to happen anymore. Because let's say 100% comes in and Buttigieg wins. Let's say Pete Buttigieg wins Iowa. All right? That's not going to hurt Bernie anymore because Pete Buttigieg isn't viable outside of Iowa. He knows this. That's why he poured millions of dollars into Iowa to boost him up, to make him seem like a viable candidate, which is a pretty smart strategy. But if you do garbage in every other state, you're not going to be the nominee. You have literally zero support in South Carolina. No one likes you. You are not viable outside of the state because you haven't made your case to anybody else. Okay? Now it was supposed to be Bernie v. Biden. How did Biden do in Iowa? This man is in dead fourth. He underperformed. I like how everyone was like, Biden's the one. He got fourth. A strong fourth. Biden lost support after that. Went from 14.6 to 13.2. And you tell me that guy's going to beat Trump? This guy is the guy who's going to bring the energy? Are you kidding me? This should disprove everything. Biden, no. I understand you're going to have bad states and everything, but Biden underperformed. Again, and now I want to pose, before I get off, I'm going to pose the question. This would be a different story if Warren was number one right now, number one. where they left off at 62%. If Warren was at the top or Biden was at the top, that would be a different story. Because we know Pete isn't viable outside of Iowa, it doesn't matter. Because when you go to New Hampshire, Bernie Sanders has like a 13 to 15 point lead in the polls in New Hampshire. He's going to wipe New Hampshire. Okay? And the thing is, if Buttigieg won Iowa, it doesn't matter for him anymore. Because he's not going to get the media boost. Because tonight is happening right now, is the State of the Union. Trump is speaking right now. So no one's going to, all the airtime is going to go to that. They're not going to go to, people who just won Iowa. It's not going to go like that. It's not going to be like that anymore. Even if Sanders won Iowa, it's not going to be like that. So all that time is wasted. All that momentum is gone. Now we have to wait for New Hampshire. So DNC, not the DNC, freaking Iowa Democrats, come on. Absolute incompetence. Messing up everything. You see it right here, right now. Bernie has more votes at 62%, but he's losing in delegates because we don't have a democratic system. Here is the breakdown of the counties. I take these all with a grain of salt because all of these are going to change. Everything you see right now isn't final. It's going to change. But I do want to show you one thing, and that's why I'm saying that Bernie will probably win both. Let me see this one. How's this one? This one? Okay, let's look at this. So, these are the places with the most precinct data missing. Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, Davenport, those places. Okay, you see how big? Those are the places where the most data is missing. Okay? There. Now, Bernie is down right now. These are Bernie places. Now, is this on purpose? Did they go in the back room and they go, we can selectively release the votes so we can make sure that Pete looks like he's winning? I don't know. I just don't think that they're that competent. Would I put it past them? No. Because the establishment is always after Bernie. But would I put it past them? No. Do I think that's happening? No. I just think that they're super incompetent and they don't know how to make an app right. Or they don't know how to do democracy. But as you can see right here, right now, the places that are missing the most data are Bernie precincts, are Bernie counties. So that only lets me believe that Bernie will go up in the total votes and will definitely go up in delegates. Will he pass Buttigieg? I'm pretty sure he will. I really doubt that Pete's gonna win, but I mean it's over now. Like New Hampshire is coming next week. Well, why talk about Iowa anymore? It's over. Like no one's gonna care. So we totally lost that momentum, and that's just another nub in Bernie to make sure. But it's not directed towards Bernie. It's just such an unfortunate event that this had to happen. So total mess up. Total garbage, incompetence of the DNC. This is why the majority, more probability of us losing than Trump than winning if we start playing games like this. So, yeah, subscribe for more political coverage. Like the video, comment. What do you think? What do you think? Who's gonna win? Do you think Sanders is gonna win? Do you think Pete's going to win? What do you think about Biden? Should Biden drop out now that he's in 4th place in Iowa and he underperformed? What do you think Warren should do? Should she keep going? Should she back Bernie? Do you think she's going to actually back Pete? What do you think about the situation? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to be responding to everybody. Like the video, subscribe, share it if you can. Maybe someone you know needs to understand and needs to learn about the Iowa results. Send them this video. I'll be glad as happy as my past self to just explain what I just said. So, till next time, thank you for watching. Subscribe. Let's see what happens.